This image really illustrates why I chose to become an exit planner as opposed to a funeral home broker. It is very unlikely that you will be able to sell your business and replace your income unless you plan. As I see it, businesses are like the goose that lays a golden egg every year. When you sell the goose, you are also selling the egg. You should be more concerned with replacing that egg than in getting a lot of eggs for the goose that lays a golden egg every year. So in a metaphorical sense, I think you get the principle. But if you want to know the detail, I have to admit that this is going to be a little boring, but if you're willing to take 5 minutes, I will show you how our sample funeral home fell $3,201,625 short of their investment goals and $160,000 short of their income goals. Yeah, it's always been a point of curiosity for me that the funeral service virtually ignores the concept of seller discretionary earnings. And frankly, this is such an important concept, especially when it comes to selling your business, that I think I need to take a moment here just to explain what it is. And I want you to think of seller's discretionary earnings as the economic benefit or value that you receive every year. And my experience has been that many funeral home owners are not aware of the economic benefit they actually receive from their firm. So the way this works is we start off with profits. In this case, our firm has $32,000 in profits. The owner pays himself $125,000, FICA tax of $88.50, depreciation of $50,000, wife's car that she does not use for the business, $7,200, his car of $10,000, country club dues of $5,000, and then miscellaneous perks that are almost always forgotten. Things like the credit card for your daughter's car, the utilities on your home that you pay out of the business, and so on. So the actual, although this guy's really taken $125,000 out of the business in terms of salary, his actual personal economic benefit or seller discretionary earnings is $248,050. And from my perspective, this is really my bogey. This is what I want to replace after we're selling the business, because it has been my experience that the idea or the myth that you will need less in retirement than you're currently owning simply is not true. And I think qualified, competent financial planners will agree with that. So in our example, we have 248,000. We'll just get rid of the $50. We went to dinner. In seller discretionary earnings, or what the economic value of the business is to him. Today, if you ask most financial planners, they're going to plan on the basis of an annual return of 5% to a portfolio, which means that for him to retain $248,000 in earnings on an annual basis, so the economic benefit pre-tax, he's going to need $4,961,000 in investments. So now we're going to go and look at what the value of the business is. Our sample funeral home is expecting or will be getting a gross sales price of about $2,250,000. He's going to be paying broker fees of $105,000. Now I should point out that that's not my fee. This is just a sample of what he would pay if he went to a funeral home broker. I think on this firm I probably would be charging around $22,500. But so it's going to have professional fees of $20,000 in terms of accounting and legal fees. So he's going to reduce this at closing by $125,000. Leaving him $2,125,000. But he's not done yet. So he's going to be paying some taxes. He has a tax basis of $500,000. So his taxable gain is $1,625,000. He happens to live in a state that has a capital gains tax, so his 15% capital gains tax plus his 7.5% state tax is 22.5, or he's going to pay taxes of 356,625, leaving him $1,768,375. Remembering now that he needed in excess of $4 million to maintain his $248,000 in annual economic benefit. So this number is automatically a shortfall. So let's recap this and then we'll close it up. If you recall, we needed something in the neighborhood of $4,961,000 to maintain our $248,000 economic benefits. We have now ended up with $1,768,000, which yields a shortfall from an investment perspective of $3,193,000. Now we call that an asset cap for financial planning, but the truth of the matter is you're not going to be able to get enough money after taxes and fees to reinvest so that you can maintain your seller discretionary earnings or your true economic benefits. So remember, that was $248,000. At 5%, we can expect that $1,768,000 to yield about $88,000 a year, giving us a shortfall of $160,000 every year, which he's going to have to make up some other way. Now, Social Security will chip away at that, but it is going to be very significant, maybe $50,000, and now we're down to $110,000 that he's going to have to make up in some other way. And this underscores why planning is so important. I think you can see why preserving eggs is so important to me. That is the primary focus I take on. There's certainly times when people need to sell today, but if we can have enough time and we can plan it well enough, we can create things like sinking funds or exit strategies that preserve most, if not all, of your eggs.